What's up, everybody? And today we are reacting to 17 Russian fighter jets swarm around HMS Duncan. This is in early 2018. It's part of that documentary, The Warship Life at Sea. If you remember, last week I reacted to one where the Iranian gunboat was kind of moving towards HMS Duncan and messing about with it. You guys love that video. It got over 500,000 views. You guys seem to love that. So I figured we could watch another one and have some fun with it and try and figure out what's going on. Again, for anyone wondering, I am a former British Royal Marines commando, and my main experience abroad was doing anti-piracy on a ship. So although I'm not as clocked on with sea warfare as the Navy, which I should get me dad in here. He was in the Falklands War, HMS Glamorgan. The guy's a legend. Which, if you haven't checked out that podcast with me dad, where he talks about getting blown up in the Falklands War, you need to go check it out. Tactical Chinwag. But we're going to watch this. We're going to have some fun. We're going to learn all about it. And again, it's a 5 minutes-ish video. Let's just watch it, kind of give my opinion in it from a Royal Marines perspective. And, yeah, just enjoy it, shall we? Let's do it.
Plane suddenly appears on Duncan's radar. It might be Russian.
Classic.
Our long-range radars are picking up air contact. The air team are trying to work out what type of aircraft that contact is and whether or not that contact poses any threat.
049 Duncan, 049!
Each shout means another plane has been detected.
Ooh. I wonder whereabouts they are here. Whereabouts are they to get these Russian jets? Is it the same as last time where they were near Iran?
They're not conforming to air agents based on their movement. They're definitely military.
Assumption is that they are Russian, because they're coming from Russian airspace and from a Russian point of origin.
Russian fighter jets are taking off from Crimea.
Okay. I can only imagine the tension in that room right now. And imagine what the ship as a whole is doing, right? So, at this point, so the ship I was on was only a small surveying ship, right? And it didn't have anywhere near as much tech as this did. Or I wasn't allowed access to any of this stuff, for obvious reasons. But my presumption is things are being made ready at this point, right? We knew in the last video that they had a Royal Marine on board. We found out it was a Royal Marine because I wasn't too sure about the beard code in the Navy. Apparently the Navy and the Royal Marines are relaxing the beard code a little bit. The guy had a mustache, and a lot of people pointed out, including my dad, Royal Navies are not allowed mustache. They're either full beard or nothing. So we found out that they do have Royals on the boat. So at this point, the Royals are probably being told to stand by, right? This is a bigger ship, right? So there's probably other weapons being told to stand by. The boat's probably in motion right now with a crazy amount of people running about, getting things done, and just prepping for anything. Because at this point, they don't know what these Russian ships are going to do. They don't know if back in London there was a massive Russian terrorist attack. They don't know anything, right? Apart from what they're getting at that precise time, which for them is just these aircraft are getting into our area. So my presumption is they're going to ask for a bit of space from them. They're going to be like, can you move away a few miles, give us our space, and then kind of see what happens.
And they're heading straight for Duncan. HMS Duncan is just 30 miles off the coast of Crimea.
Okay.
Russian jets are swarming all over the ship.
Are we allowed to be there?
Numerous flankers and defences now generally transiting north and into territorial airspace.
Green 170, about to pass overhead.
We've got fences flying around the force, passing about 200-300 feet height. 2 or 3 more aircraft airborne to the east.
But the crew need to find out why.
Yeah.
Are they here to attack or intimidate?
We've got about 15 aircraft, a mix of different types, fighters and fighter bombers. Looks like it's the Russians defending Crimea.
Yeah, that's worrying.
The Commodore suspects the jets are here because the Russians don't want Duncan to move any closer to Crimea.
Yeah, so 2018, if I remember correctly, was that roughly when Russia took Crimea? I can't remember what year it was. But what I do know is, I mean, obviously right now it's kicking off like nuts there, and it's quite crazy. But it's been very unstable around not only Crimea but the waters around it. This is probably an intimidation thing, and the Russians are probably saying, right, don't let them get any closer, and get them out of here. That's what they're probably saying.
I think their tactics are naive. Okay, what they don't know is how capable the ship is.
Yeah.
This is NATO warship Delta 37.
Flight controller Matt Rayside issues a warning to the Russian pilots.
Yeah.
The jets are coming too close to Duncan's radar, which is so powerful it could harm their electronics and cause them to crash.
You are closing my position. We are operating high-power radars. Request to remain outside 2 miles of field safety.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because if they get too close, crash, and someone dies, then they're going to blame the Royal Navy and NATO, and before you know it, things are escalating. Yeah, this is way more complicated than just playing near boat. You know what I mean?
We had a response from one server, but it was garbled. He repeated it and there's no response, but assessment is they are hearing.
You probably don't even know what they're
So
saying.
what we're doing at the moment is tracking them, reading the appropriate approach warnings with regards to our high-power radar, and making sure that they understand that we're able to track the whole thing and monitor it. I need to.
Yeah, another one's come in.
Flash a message received. Good luck, guys.
One of the Russian pilots has sent Duncan a farewell message.
When they say good luck, they're going to come back.
I imagine the good luck was post their display of air power, saying good luck in the future, or good luck defeating us with this many aircraft airborne.
They had 17 aircraft. We've got 48 missiles. I think we're going to win that one.
They've got 17 aircraft. We've got 48 missiles. Yeah, you can obviously tell by the officers in this room that they're not worried. Well, they're worried at the fact that this could escalate, right? But they're not worried at the capabilities of what their ship can do, right? Which I think is, I need to watch this documentary, don't I? If you want me to watch the full thing on the channel, let me know, guys.
Very useful. Very useful to see.
Okay, team, listen in. One ear off. Commodore wishes to address you all.
Right, Duncan, an amazing job there. You are probably the only maritime asset that has seen a raid of that magnitude in the last 25 years. The way you dealt with it was exceptional. Very, very well done. Be ready for them to come back. Last and best. Thanks very much.
Nice. You know, there's part of me that kind of misses that time in the military. There's little bits of me where there's just a longing for that fulfillment and purpose, you know. And then I remember some of the hard times and some of the horrible times that destroyed me mentally. It's very interesting, isn't it? It's a very weird feeling. That does anyone else, any veterans watching this that have that same feeling?
In the end, we had 16 or 17 Russian aircraft lifting, which is nothing we've ever seen before, and as far as we're aware, nothing that a British ship or a NATO ship has ever seen.
Yeah.
We did a couple of low flybys, and the closest one we had was about 200 yards off the beam.
We'll spend months looking at pictures and videos of these jets, and then to have them flying, 200 feet down the side of the bridge wing. If we were in a wartime scenario, absolutely, it would be terrifying.
Yeah.
When you see that much activity, I think it reinforces the nature of what people expect at the moment, and why there is a challenge from Russia at the moment.
To me, it felt unprecedented, and the Commodore did say he thought it was unprecedented in terms of the scale. What I can tell you is that there were more aircraft than we have seen in a long time.
It's pretty worrying. Good experience though. It's a good experience and a good bit of practice for the occupants of HMS Duncan. Great video. I gotta go watch that documentary. If you've seen it, let me know if it's worth watching or if this is just some of the best highlights, because this is something I might try and convince my wife for us to watch on the night. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Are you a veteran? Have you kind of experienced weird scenarios like what I just experienced? Weird situations, weird experiences that I just had. Trying to get my tongue around that. Where you feel a sense of longing for that type of thing again. But I also have no interest in ever going back in the military, ever. Anyway, the original video will be in the description. Also, check out Dreadnought Meadery in the description down below. The new project where me and my brother are making mead. And I'm very excited about it. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.